Smaller problem is with the choice of this term, a mighty one, to describe Nimrod. Now, technically, that word is not wrong, but what does it do? It invokes positive characteristics, such as David's mighty men, who are these valiant warriors defending the king and serving him in a godly way. But this isn't at all what Nimrod was like. He wasn't godly in any stretch of the imagination. Instead, he was a vicious murderer who captured cities, and he killed people who opposed him, and he instilled fear into the hearts of people. So I think a better translation for this term in Hebrew is a powerful one on the earth, because it avoids that positive connotation that clearly is not true of Nimrod. And now let's get to the most serious problem in that portion that I just translated for you. So the most serious problem in Genesis 10, 8b, and 9a is when translators state that Nimrod was a mighty hunter. And when they use this term, they miss the point completely. Nimrod was no explorer out on safaris hunting wild animals to put onto his trophy case. I love the idea. I love the passion. I love the hunting spirit, but that's not what it's saying. The proper translation here is that Nimrod became a powerful slaughterer in the sight of he who is. And the Hebrew verb here has cognates or equivalents in other Semitic languages. Hebrew is a Semitic language, so it has like sister or cousin languages. And these uses refer to sacrificial animals that are slaughtered so that they can be used as burnt offerings to pagan gods. So the typical expression is a sacrifice of slaughtering. And obviously this means when you take an animal that's alive, usually with a blade or something, you cut it, it bleeds out, or you strike it in the head or something. But the problem is that you then take that animal that is now dead and you cut it into pieces and you put the pieces on an altar and you burn it up. So Nimrod slaughtered entire populations of cities as he engaged in a campaign to subjugate the entire civilized ancient world under his control. He was not a hunter of wild animals who enjoyed safaris. He killed thousands of people, and he did it ruthlessly. So that's a picture of a portion of this text that I think needs to be brought under a brighter light, scrutinized, and maybe understood in a way that the original author intended it.
Yeah, and I think that's so important because, I mean, you when you put it in context, just in the context of Genesis 10, where even if it says mighty hunter, even if it's translated mighty hunter, then it goes on to describe that he's conquering cities and building up cities. So you see right about, okay, this shouldn't be animals, this should be. So are you saying then that this is more of a word picture that the author, that Moses, is using and putting on Nimrod for us to understand like how brutal he was?
Absolutely. That's the whole point. The author, Moses, in my estimation, yes. Moses wants us to see and kind of be taken aback by how vicious this man was. And like you said, this is so important, Corie, the point you made, I want to just kind of hit home with this for a moment. When I teach a class on hermeneutics, which is the study of the interpretation of the Bible, I mention, and I was taught this by others, so I wasn't the person who invented this, but the three most important principles of interpretation are these: context, context, and context.
Thank you so much for watching. We want to keep producing high-quality biblical content, but we can't do it without your support. If you feel called to support us, please click the link in the description under Donate. Your support really means a lot to us.